Well, it's time to get your pet questions answered.
Dr. Carrie Donahue from Full Circle Holistic Veterinary Care is here. Hi, Carrie.
Hello.
Good to see you.
We have 3 lines open at 608-270-9933.
And we'll start with Ellen in Platteville. Hi, Ellen. What's your question?
Yes, we have a cat that is pulling out her fur. Any idea what would be causing that?
Boy, you know, that is a tough one with cats pulling out their fur because there can be a number of different reasons for it. Sometimes cats will pull out their fur on their limbs if they might be painful, if there's arthritis there. Sometimes they'll pull fur off on their abdomen if they're feeling stressed out, or sometimes if they have a bladder infection or their anal glands might be full. Those are all reasons, or allergies. You know, that would be another reason why they pull their fur out. So kind of maybe going through some of those things in your mind and thinking, could any of these be a possibility? I guess I would say kind of ruling out any medical issues first, and if everything is okay on that, and then kind of thinking, well, maybe this is a behavioral thing. Maybe this is just anxiety, and that it's pretty common for cats to do that. If they're just feeling stressed out, they'll kind of take it out on themselves and make themselves feel better by pulling out their fur.
Okay, so get a medical checkup.
I think that's a good idea.
All right, thank you for calling.
Thanks for calling today.
Let's go to Julie in Madison. Hi, Julie. What's your question?
Hi, my question is about the rabies vaccinations for dogs. There is often a 1 year, and then they sometimes are marked 3 year. And I have been told that they are exactly the same medication and amount of medication with the rabies vaccine, but sometimes they're marked 1 year and other times 3 years. How come? And what do we do about it?
Yeah, well, that's a very good question on the rabies vaccines. And typically the first rabies vaccine that's given to young dogs and young cats, that is a 1 year vaccine. And after that year is up, the next time they get a rabies vaccine, that's typically a 3 year vaccine. And then it is a 3 year vaccine every 3 years after that for life. And rabies vaccine is the vaccine that's required by law, so that's one that you really have to get. But that's the difference. I mean, it is the same rabies vaccine, and it's just the difference between a 1 year for the younger animals and a 3 year vaccine for the older animals.
That came up when we got our new puppies. Like, oh,
Yeah.
another one in a year? Yeah, and then it's 3. So
Yep.
that's how it works.
All right, thank you for calling. Let's go to Carol in Baraboo. Hi, Carol. What's your question?
Hello, I have 2 young puppies. One's a year old and one will be a year old, and they both get car sickness really bad, even if I go a block. What could I use for that?
It's like Poppy. She doesn't like the car either, your dog.
No, it's a common reason, you know, for dogs to get sick and to get nauseous, and it's really common in puppies. So one thing that I would say is your dogs will very possibly grow out of the car sickness. Once they get a little bit older, it gets easier for them to travel. There is a medication called Serenia, which your veterinarian could prescribe, and that's very helpful for dogs feeling nauseous, that you could give before a car ride. Something over the counter, you could try Benadryl. And sometimes that's helpful just before you go, maybe an hour before the trip, if you can plan for that. And sometimes that's helpful. So, but hopefully it's something that it won't be lifelong.
Yeah, hopefully they'll grow out of it. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to Ellen in McFarland. Hi, Ellen. What's your question?
Hi, I got a Shih Tzu and she started coughing, and I'm wondering if it's something I need to be concerned about. She doesn't do it every day, but somebody said I should take her to the vet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and that's another thing, that dogs can cough for a number of different reasons. And, you know, this time of year we see more coughing dogs just because it's spring allergy season. All of the pollen is out there, and that can be very irritating for the respiratory tract. So that can cause a cough. Other things like heart disease or bronchitis, those can cause a cough as well. So I would say if your dog is seeming like they're acting sick, you know, if they're not wanting to eat, if they're lethargic, that would be a bigger reason to take them into the vet to have an exam done. And also if you notice any discharge from the eyes or the nose, you know, kind of signs of an upper respiratory infection.
as a Shih Tzu owner for many,
Yeah.
many years, they have that reverse sneeze thing.
Yes,
that reverse,
they do.
So that might be just on occasion.
Definitely, and that's very tied in with a cough. It's just, you know, things can get congested in there, and once they start, they can just kind of keep going. So, yeah.
Not a lot of room up there.
I know,
think
right?
she's
A little
good.
smashed in.
All right, we're out of time. Thank you all for calling in, Carrie. We'll see you in a month.
Great to see you, Carrie. Thanks so much.
Good.